Hi Francesco, nice to have you here. Yeah, good to have you. Looks like audio's going good. So just light-hearted hangout chat with the prices at the moment. Obviously a very good price to buy into Axion. We know that as it heads down this mark, it's always a good level to get into. I've got the auction up there. Obviously they've moved from 7 days to 2 days average. That's really lifted the price. So got a really nice auction price in there today. Prana, hello Prana, good to have you here. ETH looks like it's about to break out of WPAN, absolutely. Expecting definitely 2,000, 2,500 for ETH. Tends to move after Bitcoin price as well. But good observation, Francesco. It's definitely pumped the leading staking tokens, so it looks good. Prana, hello. Very cool. So I posted it in the Discord chat. Thought I'd set this up a bit different today. Trying to get a few extra people from other communities into the Axion community. So I thought we'd focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum price, which reminds me I need to actually update the some of the keywords in the search. So I might do that. Just give me a minute. Let's put a mic on mute for us. Well, thanks for that. So that's done. Just updated some of the keywords in the live stream, so I have to get a bit more attention on the Google algorithms. Let's see who sees on the chat. Got 10 people on the YouTube. That's pretty cool. D Live is also open, so if you're over on D Live, welcome. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Vane's in the house. Welcome, Vane. Hey man, can I get your opinion on Wise versus Axion? Are you invested in both, etc.? Yes, I am in both Wise and Axion. I got a Wise channel as well, so my Axion. I only promote value tokens, so that's Wise, Axion, and Hex. Those are the main ones I promote. All of them I see is really great. All of them got their own special features, and all will both do very well. I see Hex and Wise as more supply driven, and Axion is more demand driven. So that's how I sort of differentiate that. And I have talked about that before in live streams. So I think they'll all do well. They'll obviously do well at different times, and with different events on, etc. So there's a lot of features. So I could talk a bit more on that later on if you want. So let me know in the chat. Prana, we're going to keep on getting updates, and more updates this first quarter. Definitely, if you saw the video I did on the roadmap that they released yesterday, that was pretty epic. There's nothing but good to say about Axion and where it's going. It looks very good, and these prices to enter at the moment are going to be really look cheap. I remember at one stage it would be 200 Axion per ETH at one stage. So just keep that in mind as we move forward into this next quarter. And I think we've going to have a lot of marketing, dominate YouTube with marketing, and also the venture auctions are going to be hugely popular. And our wallets are climbing, so I think we're up to 12,500 or more, maybe 12,600. So that's pretty good. And I think venture auctions are going to supercharge things now. The current expected time for those is about mid-February, but you just don't know with this team. They've delivered a lot of stuff early, so just keep that in mind. But you're going to get wrapped Bitcoin dividends, altcoin dividends, and the altcoins are nominated, which I think is a very key feature. The auctions will also be run from in tiers, from what I can seem, so that you have the earlier you get it, the shorter the stake period that you'll have. I think that's really great for driving demand and sellouts. And they're also going to promote the sellout theme and branding, which I think is really important. So I've been building that out on Publish blog day after day in preparation for the venture auctions, and like I say, the views are getting up into the 400-500 mark, so it's going to bowl very well. I'm aiming to try and get 2,000 to 3,000 views on that, and that will create a really strong dynamic. And obviously continuing to push YouTube and trying to broaden the audience. So I'll be doing more videos that are probably less focused on Axion, but trying to get more attention to the Axion community and from other crypto communities. I think it's the fastest way to grow. And obviously Axion is a great certificate of deposit, 8% inflation. Obviously auction market buybacks go into the reward pool as well. So I think it's pretty terrific for investors to get into, especially as we're entering a strong bull phase. Prana, Prana says woo, 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 woo. So that's cool. I don't know, is that something I've said, or is that just excitement? Francesca Nava says, I got in on a 10x trade at 1100. If I can make a nice trade, I'm grabbing more Axion before it goes up again. Absolutely, I think it's a smart move, Francesco. So I'm looking at some similar options as myself as they come, as they're made available. Prana, gas optimization, yeah, that's coming Saturday. So just remember that the gas optimization is going to be in like 1 or 2 stages at least. So they did say in the notice that gas optimization first change will be on Saturday. We're not sure exactly what that particular change is going to be. We're also hoping for batch or sweep withdrawals. So if you've got a whole ton of little stakes, they're the worst. So if you've got like 3,000, 5,000, and all sorts of stuff like that, then they're just not economic. Even up to 150,000 Axion staked is not economic at the moment given the ETH fees. So hopefully you'll be able to sweep, if you've got a whole ton of small ones, you'll be able to sweep them for sort of one gas price. But we'll see how that plays out as time goes on. Prana, gas optimization, yeah, website redesign, that's going to be really crucial for onboarding not just crypto community, but new people to crypto. That's always a challenge as we're growing crypto. Obviously Bitcoin and that, as you can see in the price, are really pumping and creating a lot of attraction in the marketplace and bringing a lot of new people. But like what it was like in 2017, YouTube channels were growing left, hand and center. You know, what am I thinking of? Data Dash and a couple others that are no longer around because some of the activities they were doing. But crypto rich, I think it was, not the small crypto rich, but the young crypto rich, and stuff up people like that were hanging out with Trayvon and AI who are promoters. And liquidity amplify, yeah, that's going to be really important, and that's going to really bolster confidence in the project, particularly from bigger whales. So it's going to be really exciting. Prana, how much do you think ETH will go up this year? Well, I think I said this on a previous live stream. As long as the bullishness remains, some people think that the Biden administration is going to the printing of money is going to be a big thing, but I actually see that they're going to wreck the U.S. economy and raise taxes, overspend, overreach, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it could go on, export jobs, reduce their manufacturing again, lots of crazy stuff. So I think as they move to more socialist type of mixed economy, that they're going to do a lot of damage, and so therefore it makes crypto really valuable. So I think actually it's going to drive a lot of money into crypto for that reason. So that's why I think it's good, and that's why I think it's a big play in the move that we've got at the moment. So I think that's going to be pretty good. So I'm expecting ETH to go initially, like I think it's got due for another run with Bitcoin going over 40 grand. And I think that it's going to go to between 18 and 2,500 is the next push for Ethereum. And then I see Ethereum could easily, based on market cap, even though that's a pretty crude metric, could go to 4 to 6,000. And I have seen people say a lot higher than that, but I think that's probably a fairly reasonable range to go. Obviously, Bitcoin is fixed in supply, so there's only, if we take out the lost Bitcoins, there's 18.5 million on the market, and 4 million of those are apparently lost. A million's in Satoshi's wallet, the founder, so that leaves you about 13.5 million Bitcoin. So it makes Bitcoin very rare. So if you've got a bit of Bitcoin, congrats, because that's probably going to just keep booming over the years. So pretty exciting. And it's still looking pretty bullish, so that bodes well for Axion and other leading tokens, what I call. Same question for Axion and Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin's actually almost reached, it's actually the beginning of the band where I said, if you look at my videos previously, when Bitcoin was down, trying to hit that 20,000 mark, remember I said if it breaks 20,000, it's going to move an all-time high, and I was saying that 40 to 50,000 was my next target, with a spike up to 80,000. So that's where I said it was probably going to level off and pull back down. And remember, when Bitcoin does have pullbacks, they can be quite sharp. So that's why I also talked about risk management, and you can sell stuff out into US dollar tether or US dollar C. So just remember that, because everyone's going to have financial risk management from that perspective. And I do see quite a few trades happening like that as well in different tokens. So some people are well aware of that risk management type of approach. If you can free carry is always good too. So free carry means that you get out your original investment, and therefore you're just playing with the profits that you have. So if you can get to that, that's another good crypto management or money management proposition, is to get to a free carry. In other words, you've got your cost out. So if you say you put in 2,000 and you ended up, your portfolio is now worth 10,000, then you would sell your 2,000, take that and just keep that maybe in US dollar tether, and then you've got 8,000 that you made in profits, for example, and you could just keep trading that out. So that's or investing long term, depending on what you're doing. That's my thoughts on that. I think that was all your questions. Axion, yeah. So my target for Axion has been the same. It's not as bullish as some, but it can be revised, obviously. So my target has always been, and you can check all my videos, has always been 0.0035. So that's where my target is, and that's still pretty big from here. So 40 something X or something. So which is modest, right? But I like to play on the modest side. It's modest compared to like Hex that you saw them go up like 380 at the peak so far, and they're expected to try and get to 10,000 Hex, which is 56 cents. So and I think that Hex is actually on ready for the next, what they call a third Elliott wave, and so its next price is it's been consolidated over 1 cent quite strongly. Bullish ETH and Bitcoin price, which means that it's a big chance that it will likely go to 4 to 8 cents at the minimum, and could go well beyond that to 20-40 cents. Don't be surprised. When it moves, it's going to really move fast, and so I think that's looking good too. Similarly for Axion, Axion is a great opportunity to buy in now. We've got the huge news coming. Credit cards mid-late January, that's not far away. We've got marketing coming out. We've got website upgrades. Although they want to put all those things in place, we've got massive marketing and following them behind that. and obviously the venture auctions, which they're going to fully back with marketing and so forth. So that's really great. So I think 2021 is looking super bright for Axion and the market generally. Black Chicken, welcome Black Chicken, oi oi, good to have you here. Prana Axion is resilient, certainly is. It's more than resilient now. I think it's really on the front foot now. So, and you're going to see that in the coming weeks. Probably next 4 weeks, you're going to see some pretty incredible things from Axion, I think, as they roll stuff out. So, pretty good. Kennedy, Tim Draper, billionaire. The price of Bitcoin will be $250 in 22. Yeah, I completely agree. That's entirely possible. Yeah, if I'm remembering who Tim Draper is, I think I actually like that guy. There's a few of them that always talk about doom, gloom and doom, and eventually it might come, but it could be 20 years after they're saying it, right? Because they always get back to World Bank, and then they get back into I can't forget the special was it special rights? Something special rights? I forget what it is. There's another word in there. Something special drawing rights. It's sort of like if the US dollar fails, then they jump back to special drawing rights. But then the whole system's really controlled by a central agency if that happened. I only got into crypto in May 2020, so I'm still very new. You're lucky to get into that time, Prana, because there was a big bear market on for a long time. So congratulations for coming in at the right time. Two things with crypto. The first one is, do you have a probability of the crypto project doing well? And that means you've really got to get yourself educated and have good insights. But the second one, and it's the harder one, is timing. So if you manage to come in at the right time, that's really good. Also exiting at the right time, and also having good management, by maybe moving to free carry, maybe knowing about risk management to US dollars by using the Uniswap or something like that. So there's some really key stuff to learn there. Print on. Yeah, I think fiat money printing during this global COVID thing is pushing crypto adoption. Well, they've been printing money for a long time, Prana. I think they've still got negative interest rates in Europe, so it's still keep going. We've still got relatively low inflation. So, well, what they call official inflation. Obviously, non-official inflation is probably 10 times higher, but because of asset appreciation. So, interesting. It's pushing crypto adoption even more so than COVID didn't happen. Sure, that'd be true. Prana, yeah, in crypto it's not usual for 85% dips. It's not unusual for 85% dips, that's right. More than dips though, they can drag out quite a lot, Prana. Fortunately, you're sort of coming in past the big bear market into the bull market, so it's good timing. But prices don't generally go up in straight lines forever, so just remember that. After the Axion teams keeps updating and works things out with trial and error, we can go way up higher later. Yeah, I actually don't. I think the trial and error's got a little bit more to go, but I actually think things are really starting to move in the right direction. Price doesn't always reflect that at every moment, but I think that is the case. Francesco, Axion to a penny in 2021. Yeah, definitely. Even by, if I was to be real bullish, even by, let me see, March, April, yeah, maybe March, April, even is possible. It's possible. Really, I think the venture auctions are the most powerful catalyst to get us to that, Francesco, in my opinion. So, pretty neat. Thomas, Axion, wrap Bitcoin coming. We need that credit card. Yeah, I agree with you, Thomas. Yeah, and anyway, welcome, Thomas, to the chat. So, it's great. Yeah, unusual, yeah, Prana. Yeah, pick that one up. So pretty cool. So we've had about 14, 15 people on the live stream. Welcome to everybody. Let yourself be known in the chat. We always look forward to anybody's comments. Don't care really what they are. It's obviously, is there civil, as it were. When is Axion team launching marketing videos? So they want to get a bit of the product and stuff up, so websites and stuff. So I'm expecting by probably late January in my view, and I think that would probably, marketing will start with the credit card. So that's my view. This is my view. And then marketing will beef up with the website updates and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be lots of marketing right through. So the first phase of the venture auctions is 3 months. So let's just argument's sake, let's take Scott's indicative date of mid-February. and there's 3 months running after that. So you can see that's going to be a very bullish time indeed, as multiple dividends are given to stakers, which is why Scott was going on so much about staking long to get more shares. TS, welcome. I think that's a hand clap. Yeah, okay, cool. Like it. It's pretty neat. So at the moment we've got they updated the auction today from a couple of hours back from 7-day average to 2-day average, and that jumped the auction price up. So you can see now it's a lot more favourable, and then a couple more ETH came in. So I expect a bit more ETH to come in before that. Obviously, if you use the link below, you can get a 10% bonus for that. You just hook up your MetaMask wallet, put your Ethereum in there, and away you go. I think that, yeah, so this is looking like they may have linked up the older page on it. It's missing the days on it. So not sure what that's all about. Let me just refresh the auction page. Yeah, it's missing the days on it. That's interesting. So I'm not sure what's happened there. Not fully updated. I'm not even sure if they know about that. So I don't know if anyone's on Discord, if you could let them know that the days are missing off the auction. They may know already been told that, so I'm not sure what's going on there. So we've got wrapped ETH at the moment. It's at $1,218, and we've got Bitcoin, wrapped Bitcoin at $40,580. So truly epic. So it's already in the bottom of my target range. And it looks like momentum and signals are still looking very bullish. So I look forward to more of the same. And then Axion is sitting at 000204. So let's pull that out. Actually, I'm going to move. I've got 15 minutes on that one, which is a bit shorter time frame. And let's have a look at the Fibonacci and check that out. So I'm on a Fibonacci. Let me just move that over. Just move that over to. Let me just get that right, positioned. So I'm going to go up to here to the forks, and you can do this yourself on the chart. So I'm just going to go Fibonacci retracement, and I'm going to go down to, well, normally I took the earlier bottom, but I'm going to take this bottom, and I'm going to go up here and see how far it's retraced. So obviously we've had the staking blitz on, and it's been very successful. So I think it's been 5.5 million. Let me see if I've got that up at the moment. I think I have. So let me just go. So I'm just going to go through announcements on the Discord. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone's on Discord, but you could let them know that the days are not on there. That I don't know if that's been notified or not. I haven't checked Discord comments for a little while. So anyway, we've already talked about the average auction price going from 7 days to 2 days, which I think is a much better move. We had day 6 summary update of the New Year's staking blitz update. So 74 people eligible, and we also had bonuses of 215 million Axion. So that's really a good jump. That's really great. So the remaining bonuses are now down to 1.8 billion. So still a lot there, but certainly got eaten away over the last day. So that's pretty neat. Obviously, with the lower price means that you can get more. It's easier to get the 25 million or the 50 million or the 100 million if you don't have it already. So obviously you stake it for 1 year and you can qualify for the 7.5% bonus. I think it's 10%, and then 12.5%, I think. So pretty neat. Francisco Nava, ideas for growth are there, and I can see the team working hard and trying to figure out all the technicals and code behind the technology. It's probably not easy at all to implement. No, and the interesting thing, Francisco, is that they actually do live streams when they do it. So they've got live streams coming up on the weekend, so they're going to let us know about that when they do some more of the updates. So it's going to be cool to watch. I really actually enjoy it. And they have to go through a lot, bit like their rap sheet or their timeline and do certain activities. Pretty cool. What do you call it? A roll sheet? A run sheet? Probably a run sheet is a better word. Yeah, I think they want to finish the upgrades and then go for marketing. They do. So, and I think that's the website and probably the staking platform, and probably coincide that with the credit cards is my view. And that's when you get the first phase of marketing kicking in. And then obviously they've got the venture auction, so they'll be probably incorporating that as well. I think it's going to be pretty epic. And like I say, I think the venture auctions work not just well because of the actual idea of multiple dividends, but also the fact that the community is big enough to make that sustainable. And so I think with was it 12,600 wallets or thereabouts, and growing by about 150 to 200 a day, I think that's probably going to do very well. And obviously the data growth rate's going to rapidly increase, and everyone can go into other communities and start getting those tokens promoted into, because there's going to be 2 auctions per week, Tuesday and Saturday, and so they'll be able to buy Axion. They have to buy Axion, so it's another form of demand. That's why I say it's demand driven, and then they can then vote based on the Axion that they have in their wallets. So pretty neat. Francesca says that's good. You can't launch a half-ass product, and with crypto having so much to do with trust, any bad code could literally bankrupt project. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. So I think they're doing it at the right pace, and I think 2021 has actually started off pretty well. Obviously, we know the price is going to go up and down, and it's also, there are obviously other projects around as well, so people have a diverse portfolio, or at least they should have a diverse portfolio. Particularly at least 3 to 5 winners. If you think you've got 3 to 5 winners, there should be at least that depth rather than all in one project, because anything can happen, so you need to cover that risk, even despite how good it might even look. So welcome. We've got 14 people on live stream. Let it yourself be known in the chat. We always look forward to your views. So lots happening in the crypto space at the moment. It's pretty exciting. And Axion certainly building its own spot in the crypto sphere, as it were. Now, Prana says, out of the staking cryptos, I think we are the only one with the buyback mechanism to wrap Bitcoin and any other crypto, and not just Axion. That's correct. I believe that's the case. Obviously, there's E2X, T2X has done yield farming, so there's obviously yield farming type of things. But out of staking, they probably the closest one I can think of that they have it on Tron and on Ethereum. But that's a sort of a maybe just if you had a cake, it's like 1 or 2 of the slices of the cake. Whereas I think Axion is going to have the whole cake, where you're going to have Bitcoin, and then you have all these nominated altcoins. So you're going to accumulate those over time as a staker. Because remember, 85% of the Ethereum that will go into the venture auctions is going to go back to stakers on top of the Axion. So you didn't even see that coming previously. So that's why he talks about it being more of a mutual fund, having different crypto projects / because once you've got the crypto, you're kind of in behind the project as well. So I think it's pretty epic. Yeah, it's going to be a real unique feature of, and that's why I say I think Axion is more of a demand side driven token. But if we can get the staking up to 90 to 95%, then it will suddenly be a supply side token on steroids, because you're going to have that demand side really kicking it through. So part of that's to do with the culture too that you create in the actual Axion community as people enter it, and they get the benefits of the certificate of deposit. Obviously, we've also got 8% inflation. Hex has got 3.69, Wise has got 4%, but 3% of that goes to regular stakers and 1% to the CM referrers. So there's some differences just around the inflation rates. There's probably separate different mechanics around the share rates. Obviously, our rate's currently sitting at 1.09 until they fix a few things on that. So looking forward to that when it comes dynamic again. So we've got in the auction there, it's still 8.5 from the looks of it, so looking good. Prana, yeah, 85% of the buybacks from the twice weekly venture capital auctions will buy 50/50 wrap Bitcoin, another crypto that is voted in with liquid Axion. Absolutely. I mean, that's awesome, isn't it? I mean, it's mind blowing, really. That's why the more shares you have, i.e. the longer that you stake, the bigger the amount you've staked, the better you will do. So the staking blitz on at the moment, it's fantastic. You get the huge amount back, 7.5% for liquid Axion, just for staking 25 million for a year or more. And so you're going to get more shares anyway, and then you get the liquids. A lot of people are staking that as well. It just seems a no-brainer. And then you're going to get all these beautiful divs coming up, and they're going to be highly popular. The venture capital auctions are going to be really, really popular. So I'm looking forward to that to myself. It looks like the team's pretty keen on putting a lot of marketing behind that. So, and I'm hoping on top of that, Pranam, as a side thought, is the referral system, that they can make a really good referral system, and also put that on a platform. Maybe you opt in it and you can see it as a tab, and then really gamify that. I've put that proposal up, and I really hope they follow through with that. They have indicated some interest in that sort of thing. So just the scope of it, I hope you're obviously got to keep this thing simple, but I think it's pretty exciting. Because if you get a whole referral army on with modest referral benefits, then I think it really does work really well. That's why Scott was pushing sacrificial 5 for 5 stakes to get more shares, that you get more liquid wrapped Bitcoin. Yeah, because you can imagine how much you could get. It really could outdo even the investment that you put in. So that's why I think he was getting at. He was trying to say it without saying it, because he doesn't want to, over commit to stuff. But that's basically the direction that he was getting when I was listening to him. Hey Grace, welcome Grace, good to have you here. When is the next auction happening? Well, the auctions actually happen every day, Grace, and you can see the one in the top right corner. That's today's auction. So there's a really big auction today, and actually tomorrow's is actually even bigger. And you can get a 10% bonus using the link below. So let's just have a quick look at the auction today. We're just saying that the days aren't showing in the auction as they normally would, so there's normally a day thing here. But there's 207 million in the Axion pool for today's auction. It only has 3 hours to go, and then we're starting tomorrow's auction, which will be a massive 492 million. So that's the biggest one we've had for a while. That's including penalties and 250 million, and probably some follow-ons as well from the unsubscribed auctions that we had. Which was this one here, follow on Axion following from that, because we had 24.88. Most of them have been sold out, so this one sold out. But yes, that one there on the 7th, which was yesterday's one, was not sold out, but we did get a nice 24.88 ETH. So today's auctions got 3 hours to run. We've got 207 million in it, 8.5 ETH so far. The auction price is 5.5 million. If you use the link below, you get 10% bonus. Uniswap price is currently just under 6 million, so it really depends what that will be on the close. But you hook up your MetaMask wallet, put your Ethereum in, and then click bid, and you'll enter. Then a new category shows up called My Bets, so your entry into the auction will show under there. Once the auction's finished in a couple of hours, you can then click withdraw, and it will get staked. Now the only thing that's missing at the moment is the days on here, so I'm not sure why when they reconnected it, why that's not there at the moment. So that's a question for the Discord moderators. Hope that helps, Grace, with that. Certainly good buying times at the moment. Let me pull up the Axion chart. Wrap Bitcoin to make sure I get the right chart here. So let me pull that up. So yeah, the current price at the moment, 0002, which is it's gone past the 50% retracement on Fibonacci, which was what I was trying to talk about before, and it's certainly safe to say that it looks like it might just bounce off that 61.8, which is quite a common pullback. I don't know if there's any statistics on the percentages at that, but I think there might be one implied inside the Fibonacci. It's been a while since I've used to use it all the time, but foggy on the actual statistics of how many it reaches 61.8. It's one for me to follow up on. Prana, yeah, I liked your gamification of the referral system pros. Yeah, I think it's huge, Prana. It doesn't have to be overly complicated, and it can be competitive as well. There can be rewards in there. You can gain points on how successful you are on getting new referrals. It means a lot of people can participate too, whether you're a big promoter, a small promoter, whether you're new to promoting, whether you just want to promote to a few friends and family, then you can have one too. You get into the system. You have ranks. You have all that sort of stuff. It's awesome for marketing communication. So if you've got all these referral people, then you want to send out Axion communications to a wide number of networks. Obviously, as you get more referral people doing referrals, you're going to have huge networks with all these promoters that are on your system, and you can just suddenly say, hey, we want you to push this out. Can you do that? And people can push that out on all of social media platforms. So I think it's a pretty epic idea. And I haven't seen, I personally haven't seen it done super well. I know there's a few sites that do have modest versions of them, but I think it's something that can really differentiate Axion in the future. So I think hopefully it's something that they can pick up. They're pretty fast programmers from the looks of it. Looks like they've got a pretty good team. So we'll see. There's 5 of them, obviously, and I'm not sure how many of them actually do web slash JavaScript side, all that sort of stuff, and data stuff behind it. So we'll see what they come up with. I know that Scott was definitely interested in that idea. His was a little bit more. He didn't expand on it. Let me put it that way. So it would be nice to see what he thinks. Prana says, I believe the days will show when you click on the new stake button upon completion of the auction. Okay, that's cool. Thanks for that, Prana. That makes sense. So it looks like under my bets, it will show as something you can put in with the number of days. Okay, that's cool. Thanks, Prana. You create how long you want to stake then. Okay, so when the auction finishes in 3 hours, you'll be able to set your stake length when you withdraw it from the auction. That's cool. I like that actually. I think that's quite cool. Prana, they updated that. Nice one, Prana. Was that a comment made in? That makes totally sense. Was that a comment made in Discord, or was it actually in the announcement? Because I actually read the announcement, so it was really bad. It used to say withdraw on completed on my completed my bids. That's right, yeah. Have you entered today's auction, Prana? Hey, welcome everybody. We've got 15 people on the live stream. It's great to have you all here. Certainly exciting time in crypto land, Ethereum and Bitcoin price. You can see the charts at the left and bottom left and right. Really booming, looking great, and a great climate for Axion to be growing in, so pretty neat. I have a bid waiting to withdraw, so I checked on my end. Nice, Brian, I appreciate that. That's really great. So that's confirmed that under my bets, if you enter the auction under my bets, when you get to withdraw at the end of the day, you'll be able to set the period of staking that you want. But it will still be a minimum 60 days based on the new rules for auctions. So that's pretty cool. I like that actually. I think that makes it a lot simpler. So easy, if you want to get in today's auction, get a 10% bonus, hit the link below and you can put your ETH input into there and set the staking limit at the end. Prana, waiting for the gas optimization for Saturday to take effect first? Yeah, I agree with you on that. So you can delay it, right? You can delay your withdrawal until they get the right gas time. So that's something I actually wanted to do a whole video on, was the gas prices. So let me actually pull up some of that while we're on here. I'm going to pull it up on another sheet, and maybe we can do that way. I will go to announcements, and then I'm going to go to, I did save it, there we go. So let me push that into one of the sheets. Put it into the Axion price actually. So hopefully that's coming up. I just replaced the Axion price with the. Just refresh that. So I've just put the Ethereum gas price chart on. So that's the top left. I've just replaced the Axion price. You can see on this link, which is ethereumprice.org, they actually have a really good page for they're a really good place for putting showing you what the price, how the prices are moving around. And obviously, look at that, they're way channeling up and above, up and below that 100 gwei, which is quite high, right? Because everyone wants to get down back to that sort of 30 gwei or 40 gwei at least, at the very least. So it's been a while since that's happened. 3rd of January from the looks of it, since we had 35 gwei or something. It's been a long time. And so the best dips have been, you know, down to the 60 gweis. So that seems to be the best sort of dips, down at 60 at the moment. It's been a while since the 4th of January, 3rd of January, since we've had 40 gwei or less. So pretty neat. And then the best gas time of the day, check this chart out. Gas, this is really important, right? Because if you're doing stakes or unstaking, so we'll find out what the actual updates are on Saturday. But if you're doing this stake unstaking, you can see that Saturday and Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday are the best. So Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday are the best. The red ones are obviously the highest gas fee. Look at these are just the last week. So so it's a Monday. I'm not sure how many Mondays are in there. So you have to look at the data provided, I guess. But let me see here. So you've got red 420 gwei at this time, but then you've got 65 lower here. So this might be just the last week. I'm not sure, or whether it's an average of a certain number of days. But you've got the amount of gwei that's been here. It looks like the most recent prices, so because there's no 30 or 40 gwei in there. Yeah, you got 40 gwei at very early. This is a GMT plus 13 time, so it's a pretty nice, pretty little chart. So go through that and get familiar with that, because that should probably help you with staking and unstaking, using smart contracts. Even doing Uniswap transactions can be, you know, $20, $40, depending on when you're picking the time of the day. So, and obviously standard transfers between accounts, you know, you might be able to difference between $12 and $5. So just keep that. There's a little explanation of the price there. So I hope you also tells you about Ethereum gas. So it gives you a really nice detailed information. So if you're not completely familiar, just pay the fees. But you want to learn more, this site's perfect. It's got all the details. So pretty neat. Hey Jizmac, welcome to the channel. Great to have you in the chat. When they're going to vote on what the second coin going to be? Well, we think that they're probably going to launch. The initial indications by Scott on Axion Today's show was that it would be mid-February when the auction, pinch auction starts. And basically, not sure the mechanics yet. We don't know the specifics of how they're going to do the nominations of tokens. I think where people vote them on. Initial indications from Jack, the founder, was that it was going to be very market driven. So I don't know how much due diligence is going to be involved in that. Could this be by market vote? So I think that's pretty much how it's going to be. But you're talking about 2 auctions a week. For the first phase, it's going to be 3 months to see how it goes. And so you're talking about, 8 a month. So that's 24 auctions. So that's potential for 24 different altcoins to be up for grabs. And let's say if there's a billion, which is every week, so and that's additional to supply, then you're looking at, and it's, I mean, just argument's sake, we got for a billion, you end up getting 1,000 ETH, then 850 ETH is going to go to market buybacks, going to go to wrap Bitcoin and an altcoin 50-50, so that'd be 425 ETH for wrap Bitcoin and 425 ETH for the altcoin, and 425 ETH could really pump some of the more modest projects, not just for one day, but actually be quite transformative for them, especially onboarding people from the Axion community if they really like their project / token. And I know a couple that I think are ideal, but once again, the market's going to decide who's got the most votes. So the more Axion people have, the more they vote. And obviously the altcoins that come in are going to have to buy Axion if they want to vote for their own project. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, so the site's pretty cool on everything about gas and Ethereum. So if you're not too familiar with the specifics, highly recommend you save that site to your favorites. Have a good read through it. Get familiar with the best times of day to get your gas. So this is in addition to the updates that the team's going to try to do to improve, to lower the gas fees and maybe do batch / sweep of all the stakes that you might have had matured. So you can do them all at once. So we'll find out what exact updates are coming. Hey Grace, trying to connect MetaMask to the staking website on Axion, and it's not working. Auction site is not loading. Any suggestions? Maybe try. Hey Scott, good to have you here. Maybe try closing down your browser. Maybe clear your cache, Grace, and then try again. Seems pretty unusual, so I'd do that. Maybe clear your cache, go to your, I don't know what browser you're in, but go to your ellipsis or your menu, clear the cache, and then close it down and restart it. That's my only suggestion. If anyone else in the chat's got a suggestion, let Grace know. Sorry, just got on, says Scott. When will they fix to log asset? The first part of the fix, Scott, is on Saturday. So that's Saturday their time. Saturday here already, where I am, but I'm in the future, so I'm not sure when that will be. So if they're going to live stream it, they're going to put a notification apparently on the update, so you'll be able to see that, Scott. On Discord, they're going to announcements if they're going to have it, because they're going to have a live stream of the update. So that'll be cool. I always enjoy those, watching the dev team. There'll be T Dally and a few others on it. I actually should memorize all the devs' names, so only T Dally's the only one I really remember. Jubin, I think Jubin's a dev as well. Grace, thank you. No, all good. Pleasure. Prana, Superman, always from the future. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. I went for a fly around the world and reverse time. Yeah. So pretty neat. Anyway, so that site's really great. I don't know if you've gone through that, but I really recommend it. I mean, look at it. It's got some awesome stuff on the best time of the week to do staking and unstaking, especially with these improvements that we're hoping to get on Saturday. But they're only the first phase. They're going to do some more work on the gas fees as well. And then there's that wonderful chart showing you the right back to the 3rd of January. Pretty neat. I really love this stuff. So hopefully that helps. Let's jump back to the Axion price. Scott says, great, because I don't want to pay $110 for gas fees to take 1.5 million. No, nobody does, Scott. Especially when the prices are just on a pullback at the moment. We looked at it just past the 50% retracement on the Fibonacci, which we looked at before. Oh, you can actually see it on the screen now. It's just shy of 61.8, which was that support we talked about in a previous live stream of being 0002. Can't remember who was actually commenting on that, but it was good commentary. Someone in the chat was. Looks like the auction's pretty similar at the moment. So apparently they've changed the auction. So Prana says, not apparently, they have. Prana said that the auction, instead of having the days up and input, is now under my bets or my bids, which shows up if you enter the auction. So if you put ETH in and then it goes in the auction, you'll get a new subsection called my bids or my bets, and that will show the bid into the auction. I'll have to do a bid into the auction when I'm in a position to show how that all works. I did one originally early on, so I need to do another one of those, especially after the updates. Yeah. I'm really stoked that Bitcoin's staying up at that level after the 40,000. I think that's so important. And we're waiting for Ethereum. We're pretty bullish on Ethereum, expecting that to jump. Follows Bitcoin typically. So if Bitcoin just consolidates, maybe it'll be less than half a day, and we might see that Ethereum move up to the 1800 to 2,500 mark. So be very bullish for over 2,000. But we're typical with Ethereum; it sort of pulls back a bit more. But definitely looking at Ethereum to make that next move. So I think that's exciting. I've learned not to do short stakes, people, or you will lose in gas fees. Is that the way you look at it, Superman? Short gas fee, short stakes, and the stakes are too small. Gas fees, the Ethereum price is super bullish. Smart contracts have really boomed on Ethereum, so it's certainly pricing out some of those things. Obviously, the team's going to do some updates to as much as they can to lower the fees and maybe do some batch unstaking. So we'll see what the impact is of that. But as I showed in the previous chart, this one here, look at the gas fees. They speak for themselves. We used to think that 35 was on the sort of expensive side. Now that looks cheap. And look at these mountains. Look at that. That day, 4th of January, 5:45. It was 429 Gwei. I mean, that's just great. And then we had another mountain. It was 432, 407. So definitely staking projects with the smart contracts have impacted it, and it also depends on the efficiency of the code that's written as well. Some person made comments about them having lots of loops in, but I'm not sure. But that would be the difference between one staking project and another, is how they set up the staking and unstaking process. But you even get swaps on Uniswap are quite expensive at the moment. Like I said, $10, $20, $40 just to do a swap. I mean, that could be ouchie. So I mean, you get even more. You get even people with very large amounts that are trading or investing, and they're actually complaining about it too. So it's not like just because they're doing maybe $50,000, they're willing to pay it. But there's a lot of smaller players in cryptos as in any market, so that really affects them. And it's really not great for staking if the fees are too high. I think we can all agree on that one. So yes, so short stakes and small stakes, not so good. But hopefully there's some improvements coming on Saturday, and hopefully the Ethereum price, once it sort of stammers down, there'll be a bit less trading going on, and we'll get a bit of a reprieve. The other thing is that we talked about this in yesterday's live stream, is that Serenity, Ethereum 2.0, is in progress. It's just about when that will be delivered. It's happening in stages, so we'll watch the space on that one. That's basically going to move from proof of work to proof of stake, and even maybe as a hybrid, and then that hopefully will massively increase the Ethereum transaction scaling. I think I've read somewhere that it was only like between 30 and 40 transactions per second or something like that. So that's just, that's blockchain 101. You got, like I said, you got chains like Phantasma Chain, which are doing 5,000 a second, and some doing, pushing that even higher with multi-chain. So Ethereum really needs to get that ETH 2.0 up with sharding and stuff like that, which is the technology they're going to use. Prana says, we used to get 12 to 18 Gwei per gas unit many times back in November 2020. Oh, you're making me cry, Prana. 12 to 18 Gwei. Oh, I wish that was here today. Anyway, yeah, that seems, it's like manna from heaven, 12 to 18 Gwei. I'll be happy to get 30 Gwei these days. So yeah, you can see on this chart we've had 229, 197, but we're on the low side. We're down to 60 to 80. So if you're getting 60, 80 Gwei, it's kind of on the low side at the moment. So consider that lucky, but it's still too big, typically, to process stakes that are. If you got stakes, you're really starting at 300,000 Axion or more. So I've got stakes sitting in there that are just not economic to pull out at the moment. Prana, whoa! Let me see, I might have missed one here. Francisco, yes, IDK. If anyone else mines ETH, but my brother was talking about mining ETH, Francisco. but I've been making like $20 a day from some old PC parts. I think it's a good way to get your feet wet with crypto without investing huge amounts. That's really cool. Are you on Solar, Francisco, to make the economic? Because I thought the power would be quite high running a PC. Let me know if you're on Solar, because that would be a no-brainer. If you're on Solar, it's like $20 free money. So let me know if that's the case. I only have an old laptop. I doubt I can mine ETH. I thought it was a cost prohibitive anyway. I think it is on most power grids. Unless you're running solar power directly, that'd be epic. Or not even directly, if you had solar power in your house and it was doing that. So I know my brother's in Australia, and he's looking at it with this free solar power, and he says he's got so much power now. And I said, he started telling me, oh, I should get to mine ETH. So he started looking into mining ETH. So yeah, Francesco says that's how I started forever ago with Dogecoin. Yeah, good old Dogecoin. I haven't actually looked at Dogecoin for a while. I'm not even sure where it's at the moment. Alright, I'm just gonna go get myself a nice cool drink, and I'll be back. I'll just mute the mic for a minute or two. Catch you shortly. Well, it's good to be back. Let's see what's been going on. Got 12 watching. Welcome everybody. I was just on a bit of an intermission break there. Let's catch up here. Francesco says, I'm on Better Hash running solar with a Ryzen 3600X and the 2x1060 TIX GPUs. Well, that sounds good. I haven't been, Francis, I haven't been up with the computer feed tech for years, but that seems likely very powerful. I'm going to push back that Axion price on there. I haven't, are you running solar? Never mind. Missed the first part of the message. It was, but the new stuff this year is blowing everything out of the water. I'm not huge into tech, but learning to code, so getting there. I want to work from home permanently. Oh, nice. There's lots of code stuff on there. I'm like blinked enough to understand that I like coding, and I've done a little bit of coding, but it's just like you've got to actually do it quite a lot to. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's loops and stuff like that, but you've got to sort of stick with it, especially all the logging into new technologies and launching them and stuff like that. The rechargeable battery pack for the store, the excess solar energy for later. Exactly why everything is going to digital, and without some computer skills, a lot of people will be out of job in the future. Yeah, either that or they invest a lot in projects like Axion. Yikes! What's the new stuff you're talking about for mining? WB Superman. How's it going? Alex, welcome Alex. Alex is our mod. Great to have you here, Alex. Francesco, no pack yet. I'm saving for one, but our power company keeps pretty good track of everything. We've got $210 rebate this year. Nice. Hopefully they do buybacks if you've got enough solar, if you can net output from solar and get buybacks. But the network companies are onto that because they realise that even though it actually helps their network, it's sort of eradicating the network too. There's enough. Depends what country you're in. Solar works very well. I'm probably going to run this live stream for about 90 minutes. It's an hour and a half. Yesterday I tried to run it past 2 hours and my computer actually burned out. I think it was yesterday. And got too hot because it's quite hot here. And it then just shut down everything. So it may not overstretch my luck. Francesca says new NVIDIA 3080 GPUs are insane. I want to get one and start streaming. Oh nice. I'll check that out actually, Francesco. That in one of mine. So a quick look around at the prices at the moment. So Axion sitting at 0002. Looks like it's hitting that 61.8 on Fibonacci, and that's where that's at the moment. Obviously, we've still got the staking blitz on, and that's been hugely successful. Well over 5 billion. I think it's 5.5 billion Axion that's been drawn, been taken up. So that's a really successful campaign. It's still ongoing. Obviously there's 1.8 billion Axion still up for grabs. If you've got 25 million, 50 million or 100 million, you can still get those benefits of 7.5% as long as you stake for 1 year, 10%, and I think it's 12.5 or 15%, one of those two. It's 12.5% respectively, so pretty awesome. Wrapped Ethereum still sitting at that 1200, expecting that to look pretty bullish and pop up to maybe 1800 to 2500, anywhere between that. Quite a bit of range, but definitely way up there. And Bitcoin is sitting over 40,000 from the looks of it. Pull that chart up. Yes, Bitcoin's 40,500. This is all the wrapped numbers off for Uniswap using DEX tools. So if you're familiar with DEX tools, that's where we get the prices are. I think they're in the description below. Then finally we've got the auction. So pull that one up. We've got the auction on at the moment, 207 million up for grabs today. The auction is open, 8.5 ETH in there at the moment. Apparently, once you enter the auction now, they've simplified it. You put your ETH in, bid in, you'll go in, you'll get my bets or my bids showing underneath below, and you can withdraw that and set your stake length at that time. Obviously, got a minimum of 60 days, and so once you withdraw, it will go to the staking tab. So I think that's a really nice update. Now, if you're wanting to enter the auction, I typically suggest entering before the end of the day, so you have a best balance before Uniswap, so you know what that is. And if you hit the link below, you get a 10% bonus, and you add that on top of the auction price. So there we are. We'll see whether we get a bit of a run on this at the moment. If it doesn't sell out, then it gets rolled on to the following day. So there we are. The following day is already looking great. 492 million. That's the biggest one we've had for a while. That includes 250 million plus roll-ons and penalties from previous auctions. Sorry, roll-ons from previous auctions and penalties from potential unstaking, etc. Early unstaking stuff. So they're looking pretty good. That's the history there. Sometime in the southern hemisphere. Yep, it's nice. Winter time here in New York City. Yep. Has it got really snowy and cold there or not? They always make those. Remember, they make those Doomsday movies. What they call it, sort of post-apocalyptic movies, and North New York City gets iced out or massive floods or stuff like that. I always remember those movies. But you actually have a real Christmas winter, right? We don't have a Christmas winter. We always have a summer. It's always summer, winter, Christmas here. So you guys actually have a real Christmas winter, probably with Santa Claus himself, and it's pretty epic. I've never been in a white snowy Christmas ever. I watched them on the movies. It looks so romantic, so charming, so nice. Great mood lighting. Obviously it's cold, but they get the shovels out and they shovel the driveway. They have to shovel the snow off their car. The lights glow though in the snow, right? All the Christmas lights must just absolutely glow in the snow. So it must be absolute winter wonderland, that's for sure. Yeah, many times snow for Christmas here. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, you probably go up to is it Times Square? I think, yeah, Times Square and the Empire State Building. Do the old romantic scene up the top there. The old Sleepless in Seattle. All this sort of stuff. See, we grew up on all American movies, but it's very rare that we get to go to those places. I have been to Times Square, but it's that's the way you think of it. I went in summer though, so there was none of that snow stuff going on, which probably would have made it a lot harder to get around the city. So I must say my taxi driver in New York City wasn't very nice, but hey, them's the breaks, right? I went around, the New York Central Park. That was beautiful. So went on a carriage ride there, white horses, beautiful. That was really lovely. I went to the fountain, the Friends fountain, the Friends, the TV series Friends. Everyone knows that. That was awesome. Went to the fountain there where they do the the soundtrack, which I didn't do very well then. Alex says he's in California. We also don't get snow winters. Okay, so summer there. Makes a lot of sense. Makes up for, you've got the beautiful beaches though, haven't you, Alex? So if you can get there. The city is so massive in LA. It's just, I have flown over it. It just looks like a giant concrete city. I know there's a lot of beautiful places around Hollywood and other places, but it's a pretty big sprawling city. Prana, yeah, but the COVID thing ruined that this year for Times Square celebrating. Yeah, and you're in a tough city too. You're in a tough city, so for that. Prana, they only allowed a few people there. Yeah, Central Park is nice. Yeah, it's certainly beautiful. And the apartments there, of course, are worth like super expensive, aren't they? Like probably 10 million to get a basic flat in one of those high rises around Central Park. That's just my guess. Once again, we get all our knowledge of America from movies, right? There's so many great movies covering the cities. Prana says expensive around the part of Manhattan. Yeah, lower central part, sure. I actually went to the big famous theatre where they have the American Ballet Theatre, and they have the what's it, the elite art school. What's it called? Juilliard School, where all the rich kids go to do their art training. I actually went there. It was actually highly securitized. I was quite shocked at how much security they had to get into that building. Oh well, so we've got people from all around the world. We've got New York, we've got Los Angeles. That's basically on another planet, because I mean they're so far away from each other. Juilliard, yeah, that's right. I always wish I could have gone to Juilliard. I was actually a top classical ballet dancer in my past life, so would have been good to have gone there. Yeah, Lincoln Center, yeah. Lincoln Center must be the big theatre I was talking about. Scott's in North Carolina. Nice. I've been to North Carolina once. TS is in Australia. Nice. So we are representing. Pretty neat. I did do ballet. I used to be world class level, but not at that level now, unfortunately. It takes a lot of training to do that, by the way, and time goes super fast when you're doing it. So year by year just passes by. So at some stage you got to stop. Francesco Nava, I'm in Park City, Utah. Some of the resorts are getting a foot of snow every 2 days. Wow. We have like 4 feet of snow on the ground right now. Oh, wow. That sounds truly amazing. How do you drive around? They have big snow machines, right? In America, it's got giant snowmobiles that clear the roads every day. They still do that? I gather they do. Francesco Nava. Freezing. Ooh, okay, I get it. Wow. No snow out here in the New York City area. Okay. Yeah, anyway, Scott, I went to North Carolina. Very green place. The hills, the green hills. What are they called? The Blue Mountain Hills, I think. There's Blue Mountain Hills and outside Sydney, I think, as well. But I think there's also Blue Mountain Hills at North Carolina. I was actually almost got a scholarship to go there, unbelievably. A guy visiting from America offered me a scholarship, but unfortunately he got ill and wasn't able to follow through on that afterwards. But I would have ended up going to university up at the Blue Hills there at North Carolina. So just missed out on that opportunity. It would have been absolutely amazing. We had 3 inches last night, but it's gone now. Right. Nice burn off. But you're probably, well, I don't know, that's a lucky thing, right? It's probably not too cold, unlike what Francesco's saying. So, yeah, our property taxes pay for the snow removal from the roads. Okay. Yeah, they're big vehicles too, those snow things. I've seen them, they're pretty neat. But they push the snow to the side. I guess there must be big piles on the side in some places. Department of Public Works, yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting for that wrapped ETH, the Ethereum to really bolster out of that phase, following after Bitcoin's move over 40 grand. That's pretty powerful indicator. Seems to be just sitting there. That's a real positive sign. I like it when it just sits there for a while. Hey, we had a bit more ETH go into the auction, 9.5 now, so I think that's up 1 ETH. So that's looking pretty good. I have to do my spreadsheet later to see how much that is. And we've got that massive auction coming up for tomorrow, so it bodes well. It's going to be fun. Prana says sometimes it's not cold enough to snow, and then it rains and melts and leftover snow from earlier. Yeah, it must get really sloshy then, right? You wouldn't be able to stand on the side of the road and get a car going past you and getting slammed with sludge. There's also, America has a lot of UVs, right? Which people live in those mobile houses and drive around state to state. Blue Ridge Mountains, suit man. That's it, Blue Ridge Mountains. Thanks, Scott. And it's very green when everything has bloomed. Yeah, I actually found it was quite intense. The green, it's like everywhere. Like drive through the little valleys and it's green, green, green. It took a little while for me to get used to. I think I went to a food outlet there, and they said to me, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I said, because my voice accent obviously quite foreign to them, and they're like, "Oh, how did you find yourself here at the restaurant?" And I was having a great time at the restaurant because for me everything's like special, like the building's special, the accent's special, the food's special. So I'm having a great time even in a restaurant. But for them it's just like, "Oh, why did you come here in the outbacks or something?" I thought that was quite funny. But it just shows you the perspective, right? For me it was just exciting going to North Carolina, so I don't know what they were. It's just the way they looked at it from their point of view. Prana, and the sun melts its way slowly if it comes through the clouds. Nice. SUVs, yeah, sorry. SUVs, thank you. Scott, very beautiful. It is. Isn't it green where you live, Cement? Well, yeah, I live in New Zealand, and that's the land of Lord of the Rings, so it's probably one of the 2 or 3 most beautiful countries in the world. That's no argument there. Every half an hour you drive, it's different. The trains can basically very different. So it's pretty dynamic in that sense. The South Island in particular is a piece of natural artwork. It's phenomenal down there. It's just incredible. Some of the places they're magical. Some of the places are magical. So well worth going to the South Island if you ever get a chance to go for an adventure holiday. See some of the most beautiful places you've ever seen. Then South Island's a great way to do it. Plus the train changes every 30 minutes, so you won't get bored. It's just super exciting, non-stop. And they have a lot of creatures there, a lot of whales, a lot of they've got second biggest bird, albatross, so something like that. It's pretty neat. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, yeah. So you can see a few of the shots in Lord of the Rings. Well, a lot of shots. They have a lot of shots of New Zealand. That's pretty neat like that. The North Island's got a lot of country, so there's basically 3 islands, 2 big ones and then a small one. The 2 big islands are fairly big. The small islands, Stewart Islands, are more smaller. It's still a big island, but it's the North and South Island are more like countries, like they're pretty big land masses. You can see it on the maps at the bottom of the world, next to Australia. But Australia makes New Zealand look pretty small. Hey, we're almost up to 10 ETH in the auction, so that's stepping up a bit. Nice. Probably got about 2.5 hours to go. Let me just check that. What we got there? 2 hours and 13 minutes to go before the end of the auction closes. And then we've got the new big one that starts, so it's going to be fun times. Oceania, that's right, yeah. So the Oceania would be what? Australia, New Zealand, and maybe some Pacific Islands. The Pacific Islands. Maybe like Samoa, Tonga, Niue, Cook Islands, a few others in there. Not American Samoa, so Samoa is 2 Samoas. It's I guess the Polynesian Southern Samoa, and then there's the American Samoa, which is I think the Northern Islands, which is controlled by America. They probably got quite different experiences growing up in those 2 places, to be honest. I wonder if American Samoans have more of an American accent rather than like a Polynesian accent. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, it's Prana says, I'm not familiar with the geography in your part of the world. Yeah, well, it's full of islands, Prana. It's quite exotic. So if you think of exploration, it's kind of an exploration part of the world because it's on the bottom. Most of the population lives in the middle or the top. So it is a bit different. Where I am, when you drive to South Carolina, you're driving down the mountain through the clouds. Very pretty. That sounds really nice, Scott. Yeah. Oh, I just had a bit of a reload on the site there. Well, that seems like we've pretty much been going close to 90 minutes, so that seems like a pretty good place to end up. Scott says it's crazy. It sounds a lot of fun. It's probably a bit edgy from the sounds of it if it's mountain, but it sounds certainly beautiful. You're certainly living in a great spot there, Scott. Alright, well, so we're wrapping up at 90 minutes. I think it's pretty good, an hour and a half. I hope you guys have enjoyed just a relaxed chat session about Axion and a bit of geography and a bit of other stuff. One of my brothers had a scholarship to study for 2 years at the University of Queensland, and he also worked in East Timor. Oh, that's a pretty nice experience, Prana. Yeah, nice hanging out with you too, Prana. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thanks, Scott, and everyone else. Great to have you here. TS, Alex, thanks, Alex. And we had quite a few people earlier than that, so Grace, thanks, all of those people. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'm probably may do one near the auction closing, so I'm just thinking about it at the moment. But we'll see you soon. Alright, cheers. Thanks all. Thanks Alex again. Cheers.